Global Precast Panels, Kenya's leading manufacturer of high-quality concrete construction panels, is here for you. Using the latest technology and state-of-the-art machines, Global Precast Panels is revolutionizing the construction industry and making your home owning dreams a reality. With a dedicated team of professionals who will cater for your construction needs, Global Precast Panels is here to bridge the gap and offer alternative yet affordable methods of construction tailored for you. What are you waiting for? Here at Global Precast Panels, you will be offered affordable and efficient housing using modern technology. Global Precast Panels saves you money and time.
Hello, how are you? Once again, welcome to Mindspace podcast. This is your show. This is where we share ideas. This is where we change ideas with different people. And I'm glad you're here with us today. And we're going to give you value, good value for your money and for your time. So today, I have my fellow beard gang, a friend of mine who actually was requested highly by one of our followers, Princess Teti. She really requested you have to be here. And anytime you have somebody you would like to see here, let me know. We look for them and bring them here. So today we are with Mr. One and Only George Mutua, the CEO of Global Precast Systems. So you'll tell us what that means about himself. And most importantly, Karibu George.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. Mm-hmm. And for that great introduction. Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes I doubt myself, but you've done well. People have been saying that we look alike. I don't know if you look at me.
I see myself.
If you see yourself in me, because that's what I see myself. My name is George Mutua, as you've heard, founder and CEO of Global Precast. Mm-hmm. Global Precast is a company dealing with construction. Mm-hmm. We do construction using a precast technology, which maybe to some people it sounds like Greek, but I'll break it down. Okay. I think we were with you over the weekend.
Yes.
I come from Meru.
Komlima
huko. A place called Yaki, and we had an eventful day. We were giving back to the society. We were building a classroom for my former school, which is called MCK in the Mary Primary School.
What's the name?
The Mary Primary School. Okay. So that's where
you build a whole class for them. Oh yeah, I saw the picture you sent me.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a place that we don't have a lot of inspiration. So as the CEO of Global Precast and our team, we said, let's do something to give back to the society, give back to the community, so that at least we can inspire a few people. So born and brought up in Meru, schooled in Meru, went to university. I became an old man. I am married to one woman. You have to say how you are married nowadays. There are so many things. Yes. So I'm married to a beautiful girl called Harriet Mutua, and we are blessed with the 4 children.
4 children?
Yes.
How old are they?
We have firstborn is in Form 3 from January. The other secondborn is in Form 3. And now I have the little ones who are 6 and 5 years old.
6 and 5?
Yes.
Hey, so,
yeah, we do them joint.
Oh, joint.
Double, so that you have 2 teams that are different but playing for the same club.
Yeah. Oh, thank you for coming. So, Adele Mogambi, thank you for joining us. Mohamed Godana, following from Iziro. Eric Kurutosh, tuned in from Congo. Where? Oh, Congo River Diani. Unajienjoy leo bana. Leo ni Thursday baba. Unafanya nini Diani? Purity Kinya, following from Meru. Rael Matt, Felix Owino, Kolos Mata, Charles Jacob. I like to listen to my brother and mentor. Which is which? Mutua or Mwenda?
Both.
Mutua too is a great mentor and a great influence to the young society. In fact, that's one of the things which really encouraged me to bring you here today, doing something noble. Sometimes us here in Nairobi, as in business, we forget about the challenges people are facing back at home. And now tuko hapa tunakula sherehe and we don't do nothing back at home. I mean, that's not good. But kama mtu anajitolea, unajengea shule, I mean, watoto watasoma, for years you'll be remembered.
True.
So I congratulate you for that.
Thank you.
Naona hata global precast panels wako hapa. Solo, Fudge, Beast Pro Bernard, Charles Jacob, Kimathi Evans, Charles Jacob, tuko ndani Mtwapa, Timothy Mutwiri, Godfrey Gitao, Emmanuel Giru, and many of you, for those of us watching on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok, on YouTube, thank you for coming through. Today we're gonna have a lot of fun. So, Mutua, many people would ask global precast panels, what do you do? Just explain to me, like a standard 2 child, what is it that you do? And like I know it's in construction.
Yeah.
How is it different from the other kind of construction?
Now, of course, like any other person, we didn't start this business just like that. Of course, I've worked in all the top tier banks. I have hustled. I have worked in media houses. And one of the things that we did together with my wife, we decided to do this business because of the challenges that we faced. So when we wanted to build our house in Meru, we were, of course, like you've mentioned, we are normal Nairobi people. So we were looking at a technology that will enable us to build within a very short period without having sleepless nights because somewhere imagining someone is stealing your cement or someone is stealing a few wheelbarrows of sand when you want to build. So we embarked on a research and we came across this technology, and it's technology that has been used elsewhere. I think when you mention of building a permanent house, people think of brick and mortar, and that is what we know, that is what we are used. So which I know you've traveled, you look at the cities that are coming up very fast. Look at China, for example. Look at Dubai, for example. Look at all the, Middle East. They do not have the quarry stones. They do not have the rubble. What does that mean? That means that they had to create solutions because they do not have the foundation stones and all that. So the solution that we're talking about here is the Precast technology. During COVID, you saw an article that was talking about a full hospital that was built within 3 weeks. It was a very huge story, and people would say that it was not possible. Now, Precast is what you use when you use the expressway. That is the best description that I can give you. Precast is what you use when you see the SGR where it's suspended. I think you've been around for a long period. You saw how the Chinese was building the expressway. What were they doing? They had a factory somewhere on Langata Road. They would carry those big slabs. That is how we build bridges. Because if you want to do a suspended bridge, for example, you will not have somewhere to put the formwork so that you can come and cast or come and corruga. So in a nutshell, this is precast concrete that has been manufactured somewhere in a factory. When you come, it becomes more of an assembly as opposed to doing the construction. So we have all the solutions from the floors to the suspended floors, suspended slab. We have solution for the walls. We have the solution for the staircase. I know if I was to give you an example, nowadays, if you may be putting, let's even take an example of aluminium. You see, you don't go and buy those materials, or even if it's cabinets or wardrobes, you don't buy those things and cut inside the house. You go, you place an order. So what do you get? You go, you buy your cabinets, you go, you buy your aluminium. When you bring them, it's a matter of fixing. So we are saying you can come to Global Precast, give us your drawing. We make that house from the walls to the staircase to the slab. Then when we come to your site where the actual construction is taking place, then it becomes more of an assembly point than the usual hassles that we go through. Yes.
Wow, good. So before we delve more into business, into the construction of business, now people can save money, how people can make money, how people can refer others to you, to your business. And education background, ulifika wapi?
I am a graduate. Bado nataka kuendelea.
Okay.
Because with education, you can never have enough. But whatever I studied is not anything related to construction. This is the time now I'm becoming the engineer. This is the time that I'm learning, because I went through the normal process of doing an undergraduate.
In what?
And I did economics and sociology. Okay. And after that, like I mentioned earlier, I went through the normal process of being employed, like any other young, hardworking Kenyan. So my process was, I went to the banking industry, and it was instrumental because some of these things that even as much as we were doing the research, had at least had an opportunity to travel, had at least seen my clients who are mostly business people with some money. And I wanted to be on the other side, because when you're a banker, you see you see people coming to bank with you, and you keep asking yourself, where will I ever get this money? So I drew a lot of inspiration also from businesses that I was financing. You finance someone today, it's a micro business, maybe someone is applying for 50K, and you've seen them grow and you see their journey, and I drew a lot of inspiration from that. Yeah.
What is that one thing you can say is the main thing which stood out in your entrepreneurship journey, in becoming an entrepreneur? Which is that one thing or big break, something which happened and pushed you to be where you are today?
Of course, the inspiration was coming from me seeing my customers grow from 20, 50,000 to, them getting millions. And of course, where I come from, I really wanted to make a difference. I wanted to do something that is not your ordinary. And that's the reason why we decided we're going to do something unique. We're going to do something that stands out, because you will not find everyone else doing this precast technology, especially locally. So it was the drive and wanting to do something different, wanting to do something that is very unique. And of course, it wasn't easy, and I cannot say it was my doing alone, because I have my wife that we work together, and I have the other teammates or my colleagues that we work together with.
So you started the company with your wife?
Yes, we did. That was in 2016.
2016, okay.
Yeah, and we've never looked back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How is it working with your wife in the same place? Toka nyumbani pamoja, mnaingia ofisini pamoja?
The beauty is everyone has their own roles defined, because I know her strengths and she knows my strengths, so there is no conflict of interest. But what we make sure is that during time that we are working, we are working. When we go home, we are a couple, husband and wife. So you're able to separate. I think I've also seen you.
Yes, of course, we are in the same boat.
Yeah.
And me, I've been working with my wife for almost 20 years now.
Great.
So she's a hard worker. I would not like her working for another man. So
Precisely.
Precisely.
I think we share a lot.
Exactly. So now, like when you have issue at home, does it come to the office?
The temptation is always there, but you really need to separate because you cannot really bring your... Now, if for example, I'm having a client, the client does not need to know that you are having issues. And actually, one of the things that has been very instrumental is working together has helped you, has helped us even in resolving issues because we have a task that has to be done. We cannot afford to be in the same office and decide we are not going to work or we are not going to talk. So it helps us to resolve issues quickly because you need each other. You need to talk, whether you like it or not. So you decide that, fine, you need me, I need you. Will you stay for a whole 2-3 hours without talking each other? Of course not. So you will decide or you will have to resolve your issues as fast as possible so that if it's end month, you are able to pay your employees. But mukikaa ngumu wote, what happens to the business? Definitely your business will suffer. No one wants that. So for me, I see it as a very good combination. And regardless of the issues, you don't take a very long time to resolve. If you have issues and you have to travel to go somewhere, then what happens to the safari that you had already planned? So it means at the end of the day, you have to come back to the table and resolve the issues within the shortest time possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that's good. Actually, I'm in the same boat. During the day, my wife is my partner. At night, she's my wife and spouse. So we try to keep the matters separately as possible. Tukikonfrofishana kwa biashara, tukienda nyumbani ni mambo ingine. We make sure whatever doesn't bring lakini many men fear working with their spouses. I don't know why.
I think when you have someone who's supportive and you have the same goals, the same drive as a couple, then it's not as complicated. Of course, the fear is there. I don't know. I think I took some time also maybe to conquer the fear, but that is the best thing that can ever happen when you know you have your support with you. Sometimes, as a man, you could go broke, but it becomes very difficult to go and tell your family that mambo ni ngumu. But she's already there, she can see. Anaona leo hatujauza kitu.
Kwa jioni hakuna nyama.
Kama hakuna nyama hawezi uliza because hii nyama unataka itoke wapi and you can see things. So it's inasaidia in many ways.
But sometimes, like what I understand from women, probably to say so, sometimes mtu anakaa nyumbani, pengine anafanyanga kibarua, pengine hiyo siku hajapata kazi, lakini jioni mama anamuuliza, kwa hii nyumba hakuna mboga, kuna chumvi, namna gani? Na umeona ameshinda hapo the whole day, hana kazi. That is the...
I think for me, if you're going the same direction, it's a very good thing because how I see it also, I could be going north, you could be going south. But how about if we put our efforts together so that we grow our family business? Because at the end of the day, she'll be working for someone else, like you mentioned. I'll be working for someone else, or I'll be working for ourselves, for our family. But now, that energy combined, you can go places.
Yeah. Like if you see, even around the world, I mean, many of the big businesses, even the businesses which have thrived, from Barclays Bank, go to Heineken, go to Melinda Gates Foundation, almost all the big businesses, they are family owned.
True.
And they are still family owned. Yeah. But also I've seen, like Naivas here locally, is family owned.
Yeah.
But the beauty of it is that when it grows to some level, you bring some investors, some other people on board so that you can make it an institution. I'm hoping you are going that direction. Are you looking into selling shares?
Of course, but you see now people have to believe in us. People need to believe in what we do. They need to understand this Precast business because even you cannot just go and invest blindly.
Yes.
So at that time, when that time comes, definitely, because that's the only way you also grow your territory. That's how you expand.
Wow, good. Yeah. Hey, I'm learning. Thank you, man. So I see Sami Kadu team live from Kisii, Leonard Karisa, Tudit from Malindi, habari ya Malindi. George Washira, great from Nairobi. John Mongera, tuning from Dubai Marina. Wow, umefika huko. Lawrence Modhomi from Nanyuki. Godfrey Kitao from Morera Meat and Chicken Center. Then we have Kip wa Interiors. You look alike. We look the same.
At least.
Matui Dennis, Tukondani. Nyapi Isaac. Lawrence Mudhoni again. Diana D. Amin Ali used the virtual TV studio to make it look professional studio. Umesikia? Fundi wa mitambo. Rupen Shah, Kemani Karaoke, Gideon Chumba, Curtis Gikunda, Motedia Aaron, Patrick Medeka, and many of you. I can't finish you today. But please, if you have a question for me or for our guest Mutua, especially about construction, about Precast, and about what he does, please put them down here and I'll read them out and we'll answer the questions for you. So let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
At Global Precast Panels, we have the best quality, durable, and affordable precast panels to suit all your needs. Manufactured under a controlled environment, we have the best precast concrete panels, precast concrete floor slabs, precast concrete perimeter wall, precast concrete columns and beams. Our panels reduce construction cost by up to 40% with absolutely no plaster required, including added soundproof benefits. Convenient for-story buildings, schools, offices, residential houses, hospitals, and warehouses. Take advantage of our free transport. Contact us on 0702 24 7267 or 0796 24 7267. Global Precast Panels Limited, your reliable option for efficient construction. At Global Precast Panels, we have the best quality, durable, and affordable precast panels to suit all your needs. Manufactured under a controlled environment, we have the best precast concrete panels, precast concrete floor slabs, precast concrete perimeter wall, precast concrete columns and beams. Our panels reduce construction cost by up to 40% with absolutely no plaster required, including added soundproof benefits. Convenient for-story buildings, schools, offices, residential houses, hospitals, and warehouses. Take advantage of our free transport. Contact us on 0702 24 7267 or 0796 24 7267. Global Precast Panels Limited, your reliable option for efficient construction.
Thank you. Welcome back. I see Princess Teti. She's here with us. And she's the one who suggested Mutua to be hosted here. Thank you. And also, I've seen she has a question. Very important. So, tukitaka kujenga na hizi precast, the advantage and disadvantage zake. I was to ask that question. Sijui amenipita.
The advantages is, like I've mentioned, the expressway, the SGR, we are talking about matter speed because you don't need to be constructing for the rest of your life. You can actually have your house, complete even in a month. Mm-hmm. Then number 2, you save money. When you reduce on your labor costs, it means that your overall cost also come down. So again, when you look at the cost of purchasing these materials independently, sand, cement, ballast, foundation stones, what have you not, if you put all these costs together, mm-hmm. and then you compare with the cost of precast, then that's where you realize your savings. So we are looking at anything between 20 to 30% savings, and then a lot of peace of mind. Construction can be hectic. Mm-hmm. Like I mentioned, you don't want to be here in Nairobi and you're thinking someone is stealing your sand, stealing mm-hmm. water. Actually, with Precast, it comes ready, so there is no even curing period. So we are just giving you a solution. So we are looking at saving money, saving time, and giving you convenience and peace of mind. Yes, because even plaster works, you don't need to do any plaster works. They come with a provision for electricals and plumbing. So we've done most of the issues has been dealt with before we do the delivery and we do the construction.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, of course, the advantage number one is time. That's number one. When it comes to cost, what percentage do you save when you use precast vis-a-vis using the traditional mawe na simiti na nini?
Now, the construction itself has so many things that come into play. Look at sand, cement, foundation stones. When you get to almost you're roofing your house, then your fundi starts telling you you needed to buy chuma for linto. That's the language that we are used to. Wanasema tulisahau kusema chuma ya linto. You need timber. You need them to sit there wakifunga hizo chuma zao and what have you not. So if you put all these factors together, you realize that you're saving between 20 and 30%. The only difference is most of the times because you're buying these things in bits, it looks like it's cheap, but it is not, because today you're dealing with one item. So building or construction becomes a bit hectic, becomes a bit difficult. You're in this industry. I'm sure if you move around even where we are, you've seen buildings that have stalled in the middle. And you cannot say that the entrepreneurs were not well planned. It is because they were not able to get a precise quote. So if you come to Precast, we are telling you this is the number of square meters you need for your slab. And it's not going to change unless you change the design of the house. If you're telling you need 50 pieces for your walls, that is what you're going to get. If we tell you this is the cost of the staircase, because it will also come ready, that is what you will get. So in terms of planning, you are able to plan better. You are able to make sure that you don't end with oversupply or undersupply, because those are some of the challenges that people go through. You'll be told, give me 500 feet of foundation stones. Before you get it, unaambiwa mzee, mzee mawe imeisha.
You can plan better.
Yeah, you're able to plan better. The same, you told, give us 50 bags of cement. Then kidogo you're told the cement is over. Whether it is being stolen or otherwise, we don't know. But those are some of the challenges that we are trying to address when we use Precast. And now I've said again, they will come ready with the provision for electricals and plumbing. So your work is pretty easy. And even the fundis, they don't need to overstay there, because assembly, like I mentioned, assembly will take a shorter period. I can guarantee you, if we are doing it this expressway with the normal Koroga putting formworks and timber and all that so that we can suspend it, we will still be here. If we were using the same old method to do the SGR, we would still be here. So technology is an enabler, and can only ask people that we start embracing technology, because again, you cannot fight technology, you cannot run away. Look at it this way in terms of the environment. When you're doing that formwork, most people don't even know that you can use steel, but they will go and cut the young trees. So today we are planting trees, someone else is busy cutting them, and they are cutting the young ones. Unfortunately, we want to create an environment where our boys, they're in the quarries. Quarries are collapsing. We lose life or we get injury. So we need to look at things differently, and we need to look at what technology is able to enable us so that we can make the world a better place.
Wow. Amazing. So, like, when it comes to building code, how is it? Is it allowed? Like with the NCA, with the approvals?
Yeah,
since I understand our building code is like 30 years old.
Yeah.
So how do you go around that?
We are fully certified, but it's because we had to push the agenda. And it's not easy to change anything. In fact, some of the struggles that you're facing is because you went to School of Engineering. You were told this is how you build a house with brick and mortar. So people want to, to maintain status quo. Not many people who have an open mind. But I think you've been seeing our government, our presidency and all that talking about affordable housing. And they've been pushing alternative methods. So this one has been fully adopted as an alternative to what we've been using previously, because it is also part of the affordable housing. In fact, if you listen to their speeches, mostly they'll be talking about affordable housing and alternative methods of construction. That's why we are here. Otherwise, even the roads would be built in the same traditional manner, like where we are coming from.
Okay.
Precisely.
So now when you look, KICC was done with precast panels many years ago. And where did we go wrong? I mean, we were headed to the right direction. What happened there in the middle? Now that we are 30 years behind in building technology.
I think even so many estates that were built by Nyayos and all that, there are a good number of them that were built using the precast technology. And that's why I said it's something that has been there and it's something that we need to embrace. I think we just lost it at some point for no apparent reason. Because I've mentioned Dubai, they do not have the ndarugos, they do not have the foundation stones. I've mentioned China, I've talked about the cities in the UAE. Even Wazungus, sometimes they use timber. I don't know what happened that we decided to go back to quarries, harvesting stones and all that. It's an agenda that really I do not have much history over. But we were doing so well, then we decided to go back to our comfort zone. But I think a lot has to do with the mindset, thinking that, even you when you were growing up, watu walikuwa wanasema, hata wanasemanga nyumba ya mawe. A permanent house. Yeah, so if you do not have a permanent house, wewe bana hauna nyumba. And I think it has a lot to do with our mindset and the way we see things and how we think about it. But that thing of a permanent house is brick and mortar, stones and all that. We really need to move away from that. Yeah.
I know, like when you're going to show men houses, when a man comes in the house to see it, the first thing he does, gonga.
Kwanza precast wanagonga sana.
Wala kusikia kama inaweza sustain.
Yeah, but you see, I'll still take you back. It's a mindset issue. When you manage to build a wooden house, ile ambao, do you feel like you're outside? See, uko kwa nyumba bado.
Hata ya mabati. Uko nyumba.
So, even people come and tell you the thickness because the precast is 100 mm thick. People are looking at the precast na wanataka hiyo kugonga. You are like, there is no thief who will come kungangana na wall anataka kuvunja. Look at where we are. Like, maybe even better part of these houses are made of glass. Where we are right now. They are glass houses, literally.
Yeah.
Do you feel naked? Do you feel insecure? So again, it is a mindset issue. Because even that precast, we can preach for a very long time. But I tell people that precast has reinforcement inside. You cannot see the amount of steel that goes to those panels or the slabs. But people want to see them. The fact that they did not see the lintel being, kufungwa, they will still have questions. So in terms of the manufacturers or the people who came up with precast, they know all these things and they can actually anticipate. So it is fully reinforced, means it's even stronger than what we are used to. It's only that now we really need to educate people and give them a lot of information. When you're driving your lorry on top of the expressway, do you feel like you can fall down?
Of course not.
But it's the same thing I'm singing here again and again. When the SGR is passing through that suspended railway line bridge, do they feel insecure? And it's not as thick, it's not as big, but now you see we are dealing with technology. Exactly.
Wow, good. Thank you. I see Viva Tripathi, Kathy Andrews. Thank you for being here. And Kathy Andrews was our guest. She deals with the wood. She sells timber.
Oh, nice.
Very big on that and doing very well. You go, girl. George Alundo, my friend from the US. Martin Obiero, Francis Morevi, Krameru TV, Wario Habdi, Ben Jason, Laban Chesire, Stephen, Kirimi Wesley, Lady Adams, Mwangi Koriba. Hadiel Mugambi asked a question. What's the cost for a 3-bedroom house?
I will give you a direct answer because it could be a big 3-bedroom, it could be a small 3-bedroom. So depending on the size and the kind of finishes that you choose, we are looking at anything between 2.5 to 3.5. But I would say around 3 million is okay for not a very big house and not a very small house, what people would call the standard one.
Okay. And that comes with the roofing, with the slab,
That's a
floor.
complete house. That's everything.
Pakarangi.
Yes.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
3 million.
Yes.
Wow.
But of course, if you choose now like the American finishes, definitely you know the maths will change. If you choose then again a very massive 3-bedroom, the cost will again change. So
Depending on the size.
depending on the size, and then you see finishes also matters. But we can do the shell without the finishes even at 2.5. Then now you can go and do your own finishes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. So now the one for like 3 million is how many square feet?
We are looking at maybe, let's say 100 square meters.
Oh, 100
or
square
thereabout.
meters.
Yeah, between 80 to 100.
Okay. And that
Yeah.
takes how long?
That one, within a month, your house is ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, good. I'll come to looking for you. There's a
Karibu.
couple of huko Meru. I've been thinking of building a house.
We have actually been doing a lot of projects in Meru and environs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have decided to support their own.
Ah, perfect.
Yeah.
And also you go to Isiolo a lot.
Yes, I'm doing a project at your place. It's called Wami High School. I'm sure you know where Wami
Yes.
is, somewhere there. So been traveling, moving up and down. We have projects across the country, Vipingo, Western, all over. Name them, Machakos. I can't even mention them.
Now, when you go to Isiolo, wakiona ndevu yako wanakwambianga nini?
Wanasema mheshimiwa tusalimie.
Alafu
No, see, of course
tuachie
now
kakitu.
they realize mheshimiwa wetu ni kama ameishaisha aje. And then of course because I wouldn't want to ban, they ask, ama wewe ni ndugu yake. I'm like, that's my big bro, and we are good. Yeah. Yeah.
Good. So we have a question from Gedua. How do you balance between work, family, and friends?
Everything has its own time. We work normally, we know our normal working hours. So me, I just work my normal hours. Of course, sometimes, as a business person also, and especially a business that's growing, sometimes you're forced to put in more work. That one I can't ignore. But now I'm putting in more work, but I have to realize that I have family. I have my 4 children. The beauty is most of the times, even when it comes maybe to, abroad travels, I will travel with my wife. So at least that part of the family is well taken care of. But I know that I have children. Of course, friends, you can't ignore that fact, but it has to be well planned. I say that because there is that time I need to be with my fellow men. And Madam also needs to go and talk to her lady friends. Wafanye maneno yao. So we have to create time for everyone. So if it's our time for family, it's our family together. If you need to be apart, we will be apart. And the fact that we also work together, it doesn't mean that lazima tuvurutane. Everyone can I can go earlier than her. Mwingine anamfuata sometimes. So once you master this, then it becomes easy, even in terms of planning. It's not as complex. But of course, when you're still starting, it can be a bit challenging because you feel like you need to be together throughout, or yeah.
Okay, good. Then you have another question here. How did you start your company? Mostly on financial side.
I mentioned earlier that we were employed, we were salaried, and now when we made that decision that we are going to do this Precast business, because there was actually no one doing Precast, we said this is a business opportunity, and since it's working elsewhere, I think we have to make it work. So we sold some assets, but it was not enough. We got some financing, but you cannot tell them that I'm going to do a startup. You have to be wise. You have to be clever, because unfortunately our banks, they don't finance startup. But better part of our capital we had to raise by selling a few pieces of land and other things, and decided we are going to burn the bridges. We are going to start this business. We have, there is no turning back. And I think it also helped because, it's quite a big of a risk where you decide, let me take everything and invest. So if you're just investing for the sake, then challenges might hit you hard. But when you decide, this is the only thing that I have and I have to make it work, many a times, if you made the right decision, life itakusikiza tu, itati. Yeah, but lazima ujitume. And you have to make that decision. Exactly. And I think we said we are not believing in a plan B. This is our plan A. Yes. Lazima you work.
Plan A and plan A.
Yes, lazima you work. And that was it. We never looked back. And of course, we started small. Of course, now the company has been growing and we've been introducing different products over and over a period of time. It's not like you just wake up and you have all the materials ready. Just start slowly, and then you continue growing confidence and diversifying on the products.
Good.
Yeah.
How do you deal with failures? Have you ever failed?
I see them more of setbacks, and I don't let that get into my brain. Because obviously it's not everything that you want will work. Not everything will fall into place. What do? You learn and encourage yourself and cheer yourself up. Because if you know where you're coming from and you've seen yourself succeed, it means you can succeed again and again. You just need to look for one thing that you did and did very well and it worked for you. Because it is not by luck or by chance. If you've at least done one thing and it's worked, that tells you you can do it again. Exactly. And you continue. So you just need one thing to work in your life. Well. Then you will believe it. Okay. I was a kinyozi. So when I started getting ambitious, my work was to just look for some pocket money for the weekend. And the money would come through. So, and then that's how motivation comes, by just achieving something small. And then you get, after you've won, winning can propel you. The small wins, never belittle them. So for me, of course, setbacks are there and they happen. Sometimes I have some very big dreams. They don't come through, all of them. But I know at least I've won. And I have something to propel me. Wow. So I never look back. Okay. Yeah.
That's good. As they say, successful people fail more than unsuccessful people. Yeah?
Yeah.
Since the more you try, the more you have chances of succeeding.
Exactly.
And especially when you focus on something you have interest in, I believe one way or the other, the universe will come through.
The universe will listen to you. Okay. But you just need to have the belief, be your number one support, be your own cheerleader. and keep going.
Unajipiga morali
kabisa. Yeah.
You have a question here from Tony Interiors. How much to do a 4-bedroom total 400 square meter mansionette?
Mansionette, we are looking at anything between 7 to 8 million again. Like I have mentioned, now when you do the math, because the information is there, obviously everyone knows the cost of construction per square meter. Then whatever figures you get, at least tells you can save $1 million or $2 million, and you're good to go, because there is the official government data that gives the cost in different regions, in different areas. So whatever you get when you do the multiplication, then you're looking at, for a mansionette, you're looking at least 2 million savings.
Or 2 million savings?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be more, could be less again, depending on what you choose to finish with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kuna mtu mmoja anaitwa Nkadha Otuta Mwambia, anasema this engineer sounds soft.
That's my demeanor, but when you find me on site and tunapiga story pale na mafundi, hapo tutaongea tu lugha ya the business, the construction language. But now here, I'm not fighting with any fundis.
Yes. Oh yeah, that one you have to put a tough face.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's why like me, I don't think I can be a contractor.
Yeah.
Since anyway, the way I see contractors,
that's the language ideally. Ile mutiso weka hii, mutiso hapa na pale. So when you're there, you have to understand the language
and how to deal with them.
Exactly.
And if you are soft, you tell them, tafadhali eka mawa hapa, nobody will, right?
Nothing will happen. Watatoroka hata.
So kwa site mpaka utukanane in short.
Not really, but you need, you can be firm and not being insultive.
Yes.
You can be firm and you can give clear instructions. It's only that you have to repeat the instructions. I think for me, say matusi. Like any of those guys, you tell them this. Just imagine where you've given me a contract to build for you a house, and then I leave that fundi for like 2 weeks. You know what he's gonna do? He's gonna build his dream house in your house. That's why the conversations become difficult, because someone wants to implement what they think is good. Ukimwambia mimi, I want my kitchen to be here, he'll come and tell you, but boss, I thought, who told you? It is my house. It is Mwenda's house. So look at that plan, do it vile plan inasema, not executing. Even them, they have their dreams. Yeah. Not them building their dreams in your dreams or in your house. Precisely. That's why the language is usually like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Na kuna swali hapa from Teti. Unakuja na fundi wako kwa site ama yeye analeta?
Now we give you 360 full solutions, because we've realized that this precast language is, it's technical, but we have managed to train some good fundis. So sometimes even a client will tell us, me, I want to buy the materials. I have fundi who works with precast or who knows how to work with the precast or who's interested. So we don't dictate for you. We give you the options. So we tell you this is what it's going to cost: materials, transport, and installation. Or we can sell you the materials, then we end ujipange. But of course, we also want to be involved, because if then supervision is not well done, now it discredits our work. So we at least want to supply and at least help in the installation, so that at least things are done in the rightful manner. But we've trained, good guys who have understood and they've embraced the technology. So we are no longer short of, people who can do the job and do it well. Yeah.
All right. How can you start a modern construction company? We'll be right back with you.
Global Precast Panels, Kenya's leading manufacturer of high-quality concrete construction panels, is here for you. Using the latest technology and state-of-the-art machines, Global Precast Panels is revolutionizing the construction industry and making your home owning dreams a reality. With a dedicated team of professionals who will cater for your construction needs, Global Precast Panels is here to bridge the gap and offer alternative yet affordable methods of construction tailored for you. What are you waiting for? Here at Global Precast Panels, you will be offered affordable and efficient housing using modern technology. Global Precast Panels saves you money and time.
Welcome back. How durable are the precast? Just before we go out to get started in the business, how durable are they?
Precast is concrete. I said again, it's just like the normal koroga that people are used to, and it comes with reinforcement. So we are looking at a lifetime, and I get that question a lot. So it's a lifetime construction, just like the way we've been talking about roads and all that. It is permanent, because it is normal concrete, and we have various classes, I think, without getting technical, depending on what you're doing. We have class 25, we have class 30, we have class 20, depending on what product that you're looking at. Yeah.
And are there any environmental challenges?
In fact, because now we are looking at technology is here to make life easier, enhance our lives. So in fact, what we have is a lot of benefits, because like remember I mentioned we don't go now harvesting the young trees. You don't need to do any form of plaster works. So the advantages are many. They are waterproof, they are soundproof, they are fireproof and all that. The only thing I would say is maybe people have not embraced the technology fully, and I think that's one of the challenges that you are facing. In terms of disadvantages, maybe now when you need, now when you build pole in shags, you can be buying, sand today, tomorrow you're buying stones the other day, but now precast, at least you need to buy at least a reasonable size of material so that when it comes to installation, it becomes easy. So you can also build pole, but you see what people have been doing. When I mention you buying sand and stones pole, it is very counterproductive. You buy your sand, a truck now, because you want to build the next season. What happens? It rains. When it rains, what are you left with? Hakuna. If you bought ballast, your neighbor will come and borrow one wheelbarrow. So for us, I think what is known there is you need to at least be well organized financially, because at least you need to buy a reasonable size of materials. Yeah, but you can actually buy and go and store them.
Okay.
But now you need at least that money together.
Okay. And are banks financing?
Yes, like I mentioned earlier, you see this is just an alternative, just like the same way you want to build your house and you want to make it a full glass house. Like I think I've seen you've done a lot of work at the coastal region and all that. They do. No bank is going to tell you cannot have a glass wall. They will still finance you. So this is just an alternative method of construction. We are really past that time when someone said you need to build a house that is full of stones and all that, because like I've mentioned, you may want to live in a glass house. Who can tell you no?
Of course, nobody.
Kabisa.
So now, and looking into the future, of course, this is the future of construction. If somebody wants to start a modern construction company, a young boy who has finished school there, or a young girl, and they want to jump into the construction industry, how can they get started?
I will answer this in general, not necessarily through construction, but for you to be good at what you do, you really need to learn from somewhere. You need to learn from somebody who's doing it. Like we give the young people opportunities for internships and all that. And what a way for someone to learn, because I know most of them, for us, we were lucky because we had to go to China. We've attended all these fairs and we could actually see what would work. Not many have that privilege. So even if it's any other business that you'd like to start, I think it's good to go get employed somewhere. I've said we were employed. I've worked in banks. I've worked in media houses. I've done a couple of things. What was I doing? Trying to learn the businesses, trying to learn the systems on how things are done. So mentorship is key. Learning is key before you get to know what you would like to do.
The more you learn, the more you earn.
True.
All right, good. So now this is a point where the guest asks the host a question. Do you have a question for me?
Yes, I think I saw you post somewhere how you lost money.
Oh.
I think I've been lucky not to lose a lot of money, but definitely I've lost money, but not a lot, to the tune of 120 million. How did that happen? How did you bounce back?
Okay. Of course, it was a big challenge. And sometimes in business is win and lose. Of course, that was a big loss for me. And it's a client I had done business with for many years, almost 6 years. So then we have built that trust over time. But now when the big money, it came time for big money, I think the greed checked in. And at some point, of course, we went to court and all that. And I pretended we never...
Never seen you.
It never happened. That was a tough lesson. But I believe there are good people, there are bad people out here. Of course, if somebody has delivered in their head, it's good to honor. It's honorable to honor your end. If somebody pays you to build for them a house, of course, that guy has saved a lot of money. For me, I worked for this transaction almost 6 months, flying in and out of Nairobi, doing these meetings every day. Doing what I do. But now, and of course, expectation and planning. When you do a deal like that one, you have planned that money to the T. Then it's not coming. Yeah. Of course, it was a very sad experience. And I'm hoping nobody gets to experience that.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, sometimes when I remember it, I feel really bad.
That's a sad experience, and sorry about that. I wish it doesn't happen to anyone. I actually saw a random post. Someone was saying, see, these people who come and borrow you more money and then they pay. It's like you are being marinated.
Yes.
Because now if you have taken that long to build that relationship, someone is not going to steal kidogo money. They are preparing you for a good kichapo. So I think it's just good to be cautious, especially in business. Yeah.
But sometimes you can have even agreements. Unaweza kuwa na agreement kubwa kama ile petition ya baba.
True.
Lakini if the spirit
is stealing from you can't run away.
Of course, and as in real estate, of course, we suffer that a lot.
Yeah.
But in a way, we learn, we know how to protect ourselves. And most importantly, we get to know who to deal with and who not to deal with. For example, if somebody called me one time, of course, I'll not deal with you, and I'll tell other people.
Yeah,
your guy, you're not good. And now, of course, we have a voice in this industry.
Yeah,
we can run you out of business. So, it's good to be diligent when you're dealing with people. Again, like our business, we get paid when you're paid. So there's no shortcut.
Yeah.
By the time I'm invoicing you, you have the money in your account.
Yeah.
So just honor your head and it's done.
I know.
Yeah. So anyway, that's life. We live and learn.
It happens, yeah.
Yes.
We live to fight another day.
Again.
Again and again and again. You don't give up.
No. Giving up is never an option for me. Because there are many things, bad things which have happened into my life. But we learn from them.
Yeah.
We kwa Kimeru tunasema tukaiburabura. Na tukokira na tugeta.
Don't need to dwell.
Good. So, George Mutua, I'm sure there are many people who have been with us today, and maybe they would like to reach out to you, maybe to do some business, some consultation, some mentorship. How can they get in touch with you?
Yeah, so Global Precast Panels, you just need to come to us with your drawings, then we'll give you a free quotation. And if you do not have the drawings, we shall draw them for you. So we are located at Kitengela on Namanga Road, next to Ola Petrol Station.
Danka Petrol Station, Bana.
Danka. Is it Danka?
You are our neighbor, right?
Yes, we are neighbors, all of us actually.
Yes.
Because you pass Danka, then now you get to the aeroplane, then you get to us. We can be reached through our social media platforms. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, all those. And our name is Global Precast Panels. If someone just gets online right now and they check Global Precast Panels, you will find us without any struggle. For those who would like to call us, our number is 0702 247 267. 0702 247 267 or 0796 247 267. Yeah, but I think social media works magic in case someone doesn't remember the number.
Okay.
Yeah.
Global Precast Panels. So thank you so much for being with us today, and we'll pin his contacts and his handles down here so that you can get in touch with him. Go do some business with him. He's a good man. He's hardworking, as you have heard, very knowledgeable. He'll be able to explain how it works even better, and he'll build for you, and you'll have that dream house for a cost of 3 million.
Precisely.
Sio ni uzuri.
Kabisa.
Sawa. Asante sana.
Thank
We'll
you.
call you again
Thank
to
you.
come to talk to us. And thank you so much. We'll see you next week, same time, with a surprise guest for you. Tupatane next week. Asanteni.
Thank you.